So I'm here again to talk about American domestic politics again, of course. This is not about the current administration, though, or even the GOP, in fact. This one is about my wonderful, dear Democratic Party leadership. Yes, I'm about to get critical of my own party, the quote unquote Democrats, or what I call the dinos, whatever you want to call them. The people of the elite, the not really the small d Democrats, they're more like big D Democrats, pretending to be small d Democrats for the moment. But let's be honest, most of the people running the DNC, I explain something to you people. DNC and RNC don't represent actual people and citizens. It is literally a private company. It's a private institution ran by a political operation. Okay? And there's many different wings of that operation of each party. So the RNC and the DNC alike have the DCCC and RNNC, the Senate committee, the congressional committees, the state committees, the presidential committees, and all that, what you not. But, I mean, so it turns out, we just found out, I just got word that the DNC decided not to take the leap in leadership and decided to they got the autopsy report on where they fell short in 2024. And you know what they did as the good old party they are? Since they're right now winning elections at the moment, they don't think they need to look back. Seriously? We want to repeat this? We're going to repeat this again, Democratic Party? Are we really going to repeat this? They bothered not to even look at the autopsy report. They decided they're not going to release the information because they don't want to reflect on where they went wrong with working class people. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Do you guys even care about winning? Do you really care anymore? You know, there's going to be a point in our life. There's going to be a point in your life as a political party, you're not going to always have something to run against. Okay? The Democratic Party has been thriving on running against things instead of for things. And this has been a problem for a long freaking time. Okay? That is a big part of their demise in 2024. That was a big part of their demise in 2016. That was a big part of their demise in off-year elections with Obama in the White House. They didn't run on anything. It was literally, the Repubs are bad. Don't vote for us instead. That doesn't work every election. That's not going to always work. So, the Democratic Party's spineless leadership has been a problem for a long time. And shockingly, I've been critical of it for a long time. I know a lot of people find it surprising and don't think I am. Oh, well, trust me, I'm very critical of the Democratic Party. You know? But I still am home in the Democratic Party. And I'm not leaving the Democratic Party because I'm not always happy with them. Because there is no circle or power structure for an independent. I'm just going to be honest. Okay? I'm not leaving a party because they don't do everything I want them to do. That's exceeding my power. Okay? And that's why I stay in one of the two parties, because I still get to vote. I still get to be a delegate. I still get to do caucuses. So, and I will continue to do that. And I will continue to use my voice. Okay? We're not going to always be in agreement. Especially right now, with the current leadership in charge of the DNC. Yes, I'm talking about Ken Martin, who's pretending to be progressive, as he's refusing to release the autopsy report on why the Democratic Party lost. Okay? My question to them is, do they even care? Okay? We should be going back to a 50-state strategy. We should be going door to door and talking to people in communities. We should stop neglecting many regions of the country, acting like that they don't matter anymore. Okay? And that is the reason why the Democratic Party has lost so much ground in this country. So much ground, especially in rural communities. Because at the end of the day, they can say whatever about the GOP, lying to people, fear-mongering, all these things. But they have to understand, the Democratic Party has to put the work in to explain things to people. They have to actually go to these communities that feel left behind. Okay, I know you all think it's easy to go to the suburbans and get their vote and the educated and all that, what you have. I get it. It is a coalition. It is a good coalition to have. They are active voters. I'm not poo-pooing on that. But the point is, you need more than that to win national elections. Now, congrats. Democrats have been doing great in special elections. But you have to also understand, in some of those elections, they were lower turnout elections. Okay, those were the most engaged voters. But there was a time when Democrats used to win majority popularity opinion, where they have not been doing that for a long time. Okay, and that's because they lost a lot of working class people. Okay, and I guarantee you the reason why they don't want to release that autopsy report, I'm going to tell you why they don't release that autopsy report, because it's going to explain to them exactly what they don't want to see. And the people that were right all along are going to get vindicated, and they're going to say, we told you, we knew it. They don't want to own up to it, because at the end of the day, if they do that, they have to basically admit, they have to upset their own donors. Their corporate donors they have to upset, and that's the problem. And the Democratic Party continues to want to serve two masters. It's not sustainable. Okay. You cannot serve two masters. Okay. And right now is the most important time to release that autopsy report and come clean about what the struggles were. Because you guys' complicity has put us in the position we're in and gave us the government we have right now. All right. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, you know, and just not releasing the information is not going to change the reality. Okay, and I know these people in the DNC circle don't want to release this report because it's going to expose their donors, and it's going to upset the donor class, and they're going to have to acknowledge where they went wrong and how they lost so much support. And they don't want to do that because they don't actually want to put in the work, and they don't want to walk away from the donor class that's made them look weak, feckless, and leaderless. Okay, because a party that stands for nothing is not fooling anybody, all right, at the end of the day, when it matters most, all right? And if you want to be a party that consolidates power for a generation, you have to look at the autopsy report, look at what went wrong, and release the information and come clean. But I know at the end of the day, these people in the elite circles don't want to let go of their power. And the DNC is helping them hold on to their power. And that's been the problem. Here we are once again with this. The good news this time, though, versus 2016 and 2020, is people in their own circle are waking up and they're saying, no, we want that information and change needs to happen. And thank God for that. It's a new day in America because we are going to change the Democratic Party. They can try to stall us all they want. All they're going to do is slow it down. But we, as the voters, can make the change in the Democratic Party. We can change it. Just like I said, people overall in this country, your voice matters. You can use it for something productive. When it's just to hold our government accountable in general, we need to use our voice productively because we do matter. All right, and I just want to state this in this last video. All right, y'all, you have a great night. It's a beautiful night. Oh yeah, let me show you the beautiful Christmas tree. Yee! And my little dog in the corner. That's my little doggy. Alrighty, y'all. You have a great night. See you later. Bye.